Hey guys, what's up? Busy day for me. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Busy day for me. But I was definitely like, I'm coming on this live. We are doing this live. I know we were away from you guys last week. Um, and so yeah, last week was super crazy for us. Hey Terrell, what's up? This is gonna be such a good live. I know you have some business on the side, and tonight's topic is the role of the tax return for business owners. And hey, cuz tonight's topic is the role of the tax return for business owners. So I think this is probably out of all the topics we've covered over the past 3 weeks, this is now week 4. I think this is probably the most important topic that I think is not only for business owners, but if you're thinking about opening a business or if you have a side hustle next to that W-2 job, this is definitely probably the live you definitely want to listen to. We weren't on last week because I'm not sure if a lot of you guys were following us, but we got some really great news, and I literally had 4 days to get back to Chicago. And I've been here for about a week now, and it's been super busy for us and super crazy. But I don't know if you guys saw, but we were awarded the community development grant by the city of Chicago. Y'all, when I say that is huge, that is huge. It is so huge, and it's a grant administered by the Department of Planning and Development for the city of Chicago. And I don't know if you saw our pages, but I'm posting pictures with the mayor, the commissioner of the Department of Planning. But essentially what that is that the city of Chicago and the Department of Planning thought that our idea around our business, downtown loot taxes, fostered community, and it was reducing barriers of entry, it just making a positive impact in our community. And as a result, the city of Chicago is investing 75% of the cost to build out our office. And our office, guys, it's in a great location downtown, a block and a half from City Hall, a block and a half from where the new Google headquarters is going to be. So I don't know if you guys know, but Google bought the Thompson Center, which was a building formerly owned by the state of Illinois. So that purchase helped the state of Illinois get an asset off their books that they were having a hard time to keep up. And our office is a block and a half away from that. And I acquired that office, or started talking about acquiring that office during COVID. So even before I knew the Google headquarters was going to be acquired, I think sure probably conversations were in the works, but I mean, I'm not in the room where it happens or where that was happening, and I didn't know, but one thing I knew was that COVID hit the downtown area really tough, right? I knew that. And I don't know if you guys follow Bill Winston from Forest Park, Illinois, Living Word Church. But one of the things he had been saying over the past few years, that it's going to be plenty and it's going to be cheap. He kept saying that and saying that and saying that. And really what I saw was, I was living downtown at the time, and I saw all these businesses basically shuttered because of COVID. And, people no longer working downtown anymore, right? And all this business that used to be downtown was no longer there. It went away overnight. And I knew that was the time to seize the moment, get a retail space, and go out and start a business during the pandemic. Like, who does that? Who starts a business during the pandemic? Basically, risk takers. Hi, Auntie. Who starts a business during the pandemic? But we did, and we started moving towards that. And all I can say is that our office space is a block and a half from City Hall. Now we know it's a block and a half from where the new Google headquarters is going to be. But you can imagine, just when that Google headquarters finished, just the value of the location in our office, how we instantly gained equity in the location of our tax office just from that announcement. Just from that announcement. And so in now the city of Chicago backing us in the build out of our office is just, it's just affirmation that what we're doing is right. So I won't hold you too long tonight. I really wanted to get into the topic of the role of the tax return for business owners. And I'll tell you, over the next several weeks, we got some heavy hitters, guys. We got some heavy hitters, some things that I think you want to know. And it was so funny, like, obviously it's tax time, right? And a lot of people are out there giving you guys some tax knowledge and breaking down some credits and all these things. And I just realized we chose to go a little bit differently in our approach to our social media marketing during tax season. And we went the approach of empowering business owners and giving you guys the knowledge that we felt like you didn't need or have around your business or your thought of starting a business or something like that. And let me tell you why. Everybody knows tax season is seasonal, right? Few months. Once that deadline hits, business owners, March 15th, we went over that the first week of our podcast. If you're a business owner, multi-member LLC, S Corp, C Corp, partnership, your deadline is March 15th. So if you are not already connecting with an accountant and to get your taxes filed, you should be. If you don't have your books together, you definitely need to be getting in contact with someone. You could definitely get in contact with us. But you should be starting that process now because your deadline is March 15th. And then anybody else, the deadline is April 15th. And we talked about that. And if that deadline falls on a weekend, then it automatically rolls into a Monday. But the reason we chose to empower people that wanted to know about opening a business and business ownership, tax season is seasonal. Our real target market is people who want to start a business. We love the tax business. We love the tax season. It's a lot of fun. But what we're truly scouting out during tax season is, and why we call ourselves Downtown Loop Taxes, because it's really a cover for you to come to us during taxes. But then you reveal to us, Stephanie, I have dreams. I have dreams of starting my business, or I've been doing this on the side for so many years. How do I make it profitable? How do I leave something for my kids? How do I make this a legacy? How do I go into a storefront? How do I get one of those grants that you guys got? And really, tax season is just a front for us to start the conversation with you that you have been thinking about businesses, starting a business, entrepreneurship, that side hustle that you're doing on the side, that you're looking to really maybe do something bigger with it. I can't tell you how many people come to us and say, look, I want to leave my job. Can you help me come up with a plan where in a few years I could walk away and leave my job and really do what I'm passionate about, which is this side thing that I've been doing on the side for so many years. And so we're essentially just using tax season as a way to start the conversation with you around coming on the side of entrepreneurship, or coming on the side of being a business owner, coming on the side of creating jobs, coming on the side of creating generational wealth. And so it's really a front for us to really get our pool of clients who we'll end up working with for the rest of the year. And I'll tell you, last year we took on about we had 22, I think, tax clients at the time. And that's small for a tax firm, which goes to tell you, we market, guys, but really we just pray, send the people you assign to us, Lord. Send the people you assign to us. And so our goal is to double that number this year, to not only do 22 new clients this year, but bring on 44 new clients. And then out of those 22 clients that we brought on last year, 12 of them ended up working with us for the rest of the year to grow and scale their businesses, to do their bookkeeping, to come up with a growth strategy for their business, to write proposals for them for grants. And so we're looking this year for 22 people who are serious about going to the next level with that hobby that they love, with that side gig, or you're at an age where you could leave your job because you've done 30 years at your job and you're still young, and how do I do a second chapter in my life? We're looking for 22 new people this year. So if that's you, if you think that's you, hit us up. But let's dive into the topic of the role of the tax return. So one of the things I often, and hit me up, give me some comments if anything that I'm saying is like resonating with you, if I'm touching something, if you feel like I'm speaking to your soul right now. Okay, so let's talk about the tax return and the role of the tax return and why we're calling ourselves Downtown Luke Taxes, but it's really a front for really wanting working with business owners, helping you grow and scale your business. We say on our website that we're building the businesses of tomorrow. One of the things I always tell my clients is the tax return is basically financial statements on steroids. I'm going to say that again, okay? The tax return is essentially financial statements of an organization or a person's financial picture on steroids. And if you don't know what financial statements are, that is your balance sheet. That is your profit and loss statement. That is your cash flow statement, okay? And the tax return is that on steroids. And why do I say on steroids? Because it does a couple things, right? Depending on the type of organization that you are, if you're an S Corp, C Corp, single member LLC, multi-member LLC, depending on the tax form you fill out, there's an opportunity on the tax form to basically present your balance sheet on the tax form, to present your profit and loss on the tax form, just like your financial statements. But the cool thing about the financial statements is you then send it to the IRS, but you also certify, under penalties of perjury, I confirm that the following statements are true, da 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 da. So basically, you're attesting to the authenticity of the numbers. And then on top of that, you're submitting it to a government agency and saying, hello, government agency, I'm also attesting to the accuracy of these numbers, and I'm putting it on record with you, government agency, that you've attested that under penalties of perjury, if it's not right, I could get in trouble, right? So basically, you essentially, just by filing your tax return, basically now have certified financial statements for your business or your personal finances just by completing a tax return. And you've bypassed a CPA, you've bypassed a lot of things just by getting your tax return done. And then you can definitely be a heavy hitter, of course, get your tax return done by somebody who does continuing education hours, or somebody who is a registered agent, like at our firm or one of our CPAs. Like, that's like double heavy hitting stuff, right? But essentially, the tax return even trumps the financial statements, guys, because you certified under penalties of perjury, you submitted it to the government, who is a governing body, that you attest to these numbers. And so a lot of times, if you go for a loan or if you go for a mortgage or something like that, they're not asking you for your financial statements. They're asking you for your tax return, because it's now public record. Your adjusted gross income is now on file. Sometimes they associate it with your identity, right? You sometimes when you do your formal taxes, they verify that it's you by the adjusted gross income number on your previous year's tax return. So you essentially, so that's why when you go get loans and stuff like that, they're asking for your tax return over financial statements. Let me tell you, in the instance when they will ask for certified financial statements, just not financial statements that you've just printed out of your QuickBooks or your spreadsheet or anything like that. They'll ask for certified financial statements when you haven't filed your tax return. So they're just basically saying, look, somebody got to certify these numbers. And my thing, we can do, in my mind, I just thought of Tina Turner. We gonna do, you can do this nice, we gonna do this nasty, we gonna do this sweet, whatever song was it, Big Wheels Keep on Turning. And that entrance in the beginning where she does, that, where she's really, so I gotta listen to that. But y'all know what song I'm talking about, right? Right. And in my mind, I'm thinking about that song, but seriously, we gonna do this nice and we gonna do this easy. And that's what the tax return is, right? And then we're gonna do it as rough, right? And so it's a point where you can say, okay, I could do this nice and easy and just get it done. Or do you want to jump through a bunch of hoops and hurdles and have to get certified financial statements? Another thing I want to touch on tonight, but we're going to totally do it another topic for another day. I can't tell you how many people come up to me. Yeah, my CPA. I do my CPA. Nothing's wrong with CPAs. Believe me, I have CPAs working for me, okay? I didn't become a CPA because I wanted to focus the second half of my career, my education, on learning the creative aspect. I knew I was analytical. My degree is in accounting. Hey, Lige, my degree is in accounting. I knew I wanted to do accounting. I knew I wanted to be a bookkeeper. I knew I wanted to be an internal auditor. But I wanted to become a master in creatives, in beauty, and all the things, right? But I'm kind of good at both. I am good at both, actually. I use my left and right brain. But I can't tell you how many people like, my CPA. And we're going to touch on this another day. But I told someone this the other day, and I'm just going to drop this little sneak peek of when we talk about the roles of the accounting department within your organization. The difference between a bookkeeper and an accountant versus a CPA. Think of the bookkeeper and the accountant as a nurse practitioner. And what does the nurse practitioner do, right? They can see you in lieu of the doctor, right? They can prescribe prescriptions. They can diagnose you. They have a lot of education, but they're their nurse practitioner. And how many of us have been to the hospital? And how many times do you see a doctor, but then how many times do you see the nurse, right? It's a little bit more personal relationship with that nurse and those people that are caring for you, that CNA every day. And then think of this CPA as a surgeon. A surgeon. How often do you see the surgeon? You just see that surgeon when you have a problem. When you have something that needs surgery on, right? There's an issue, there's a problem, and I need you to cut me open. And I need you to cut me open. I need you to cut me open and fix the problem, right? But that nurse practitioner, that CNA, they're there to care for you. They're there to care for you, to nurture you, and to prescribe something and to get you healthy, or to be proactive instead of reactive, right? Surgery is almost like reactive, right? The issue has gone, it's grown, it's gotten really, really bad, and now we're reacting to the problem versus being proactive to the problem. So that's a little sneak peek of that. But another thing about the tax return, it's important to have a tax preparer. I can't tell you how many times people tell me that so-and-so used to do my taxes, but when I started running a business, now I owe all this money and I'm not getting this money back anymore that this person used to get me, and now I'm owing all the time and this, that, and the other. That's because you hired a tax preparer that's used to doing basic stuff, right? They used to just basically get that earned income credit. They used to just processing a W-2 worker, but their specificity is not in working with business owners or working with that W-2 worker or that 1099 worker who has a side hustle and minimizing their tax liability, or coaching and developing them on how to minimize their tax liability going forward. They're not a growth strategist. They're not somebody that consults you on how to minimize your tax liability through investments, through your 401k, through investing in an IRA, all those things. So it's either you're going to someone basic, and who wants to be basic? Nobody want to be. I know I don't want to be basic. I don't want to be basic, but but there comes a time where you want to go to the next level. And so just ask yourself, is this tax preparer meeting my needs or currently meeting my needs when I want to go to the next level, or I'm thinking about going to the next level? Can this tax person take me there? And so a lot of things that I've heard just in a week or so that I've been back in Chicago, and I'll tell you, people tell me, yeah, I already paid my accountant because it was a package for my bookkeeping and all my taxes. But let me tell you, I don't hear no enthusiasm at all when they speak of their accountants. I guarantee you, if you talk to every single one of my clients, and if you are my clients, please chime in on comments. When our clients talk about us, they excited. They excited to tell somebody they don't have a frown face. I can't tell you how many frown faces I see when someone speaks of their accountant. And then another sister told me, like, I already paid for it, but I really need an accountant that's a growth strategist. Yeah, I see you work. You've been in the same stuck position, doing the same stuff for the past 3 years. Where is the growth? Where is the incline, right? Where is the now hiring a multiple team and now having 10 and 12 employees instead of just you and a couple contractors? What you can attest, thank you, Lige. Like, seriously, where is the growth? If you're not growing with that accountant, leave them. Seriously, leave them. Especially if you're a business owner. You need to have an accountant that is also a growth strategist. Another reason why you need to have an accountant that's not only a growth strategist or understands that the tax return is financial statements on steroids. We have a client right now. She came to us about 2 years ago. And let me tell you why she came to us. She had been a hairstylist for years, guys. I mean, like 30 years in the game. 30 years in the game. And she looked up and she had no retirement. She had no retirement. And the reason she had no retirement or anything saved up or no Social Security saved up, because the person that was doing her taxes, one, wasn't ethically doing her taxes and was not reporting all her income, which at the time she thought was a good thing. But in the long run, what it ended up happening was she had no self-employment tax ever over the 30-something years that she had been doing hair. So that means she didn't pay into Medicare, she didn't pay into Social Security, nothing. And on top of that, by understating her income every year, she never showed a lot of income to go buy a house or acquire investment property. So now, thank God, that the Bible says that God will restore the lost years, that even the locust and the cankerworm have eaten it. And I believe the Lord. She's with us now. She's been with us 2 years now. That God is going to restore everything for her, and He's going to do supernatural restoration for her. But literally, we're preparing her tax return with 2 things in mind and 2 goals in mind. She wants to buy a house in 2 years, She wants to buy a house in 2 years. She wants to get back doing what she loves because she had to just go get a W-2 job so she can start paying into somebody's 401k. And then we're also discussing growth strategy on how do you do a second act with your business, but in a different mindset, focus on growth. Okay? So I kind of touched on some things. That tax return is good to go get a business loan. It's good to go get a mortgage on a home. A lot of times people will accept, they want the tax return over a regular financial statement. That thing has authority. That thing has power, guys. It has power, okay? And then the tax return is also good for, I just lost my thought here, but it has power. Financial statements, you can attest to it. If you're looking to get grant money and go after that free 99, and look, we just got the backing of the city of Chicago. Oh, I probably didn't tell y'all how much. You ready for this? The grant maximum is $250,000 of OPM, other people's money. And when I tell you it's more of that where that came from, more of that. And if you're interested in something like that, you need to hit us up, because when I tell you there's a deadline coming in 8 days, 8 days. I'm literally taking someone, driving them around this weekend to go find a location where they want to put a restaurant that they had before, but it closed. But now we're going to do it right because she on the winning team, right? I'm literally driving her around all day Saturday. Say, pick which one you want. Pick which location you want, because people are ready to throw the free bag at it, okay? So the third reason why you want to get that tax return tight, because 100% of the time when you are going after grants and when you're going after free money, they ask for that tax return. And they even say, do me one better. Since you don't have the tax return for the current year, you're applying for the grant, and give me your financial statements that you got running currently. So if you ain't rocking with an accountant that can deliver on both of those, what you doing? What you doing? You playing house. You need to fire them tomorrow. Well, I gotta go, guys. I promised my daughter I would keep this at 30 minutes. Just a shout out to my twin boys, Jesse and Josiah. Today was their birthday. Agent Capes, am I dropping it tonight? I hope I'm dropping it tonight, Agent Capes. I hope I'm dropping it. I hope so. Shout out to my twin boys, Jesse and Josiah. They made 23 today. They're the first ones that made me a mom. They are probably, out of all my kids, why I do this. And I could unpack that all day. But why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm building this company. They were my firstborn, and they are why I'm doing this. And my daughter, she wants to go hang out tonight. So I promised her that I would keep this to under 30 minutes, guys. Have an amazing night. This will be live on YouTube tomorrow. All our other social media platforms. If you haven't already caught up on the past 3 weeks, go to our YouTube channel, Downtown Luke Taxes. Go to our YouTube channel, Downtown Luke Taxes. Instagram, Facebook, downtownluketaxes.com. Seriously, we're taking new tax clients now. If you want to start bookkeeping with us for 2024 and say, you know what, I want to start the year doing the books for my business right, now is the time to talk to us now. This is the time we're accepting new bookkeeping clients at the cheapest price we ever have it for this season, guys. The cheapest price we ever have it for the season, okay? I'll see you guys next week. I wanted to just drop this gem. I was missing last week because it was such a heavy week because we got awarded the grant, $250,000, guys. And there's more where that came from, and we want to help you access it. Go online, Hit start your journey at downtownlooptaxes.com. Hit start your journey, book a tax consultation with us or a 360 consulting consultation with us, and let's take you to the next level. Let's start doing your taxes. Focus on growth strategy. Okay, I'm Stephanie Blakley. You can find me at stephanieblakley.com, Blakley. You can find us at downtownlooptaxes.com, and see you later. Happy birthday, Jesse and Josiah. Bye.